Got breaking news from the NBA. Zion Williamson is going to have his foot injury reevaluated in a couple of weeks, so he's going to miss the start of the regular season for the Pelicans, which begins in just 6 days. Their first game is Wednesday. Pelicans GM David Griffin says currently no timetable for Zion's return, and this is a look at the first 8 games on the schedule this season, beginning with the Sixers on Wednesday. Zion has dealt with the injury bug for most of his career, played just 24 games during his rookie season and missed 11 games last season. Let's go out to the Caesars Sportsbook Tropicana in Atlantic City. Tim Doyle is standing by. Tim, a sports line expert. We'll talk over-under win total in just a second, but first, your reaction here. Zion dealing with yet another injury that's going to cost him games.
Yeah, it's really sad because took a massive spike last year. He averaged nearly 28 points a game last year. It's a lot of points. I mean, he's averaging almost 30 a game, and I think he's of a talent that we've never seen before in the history of basketball. You know, when they compare his game, he is really a modern-day Charles Barkley. I mean, he has scored last year, Chris, nearly 300 more baskets than the next player who finished in second, Clint Capella, in the restricted area in the entire NBA. So he gets it done right there in that sweet spot. And you know he's going left. I know he's going left. Heck, the entire NBA knows he's going left. And you still can't stop him. You know, right when I saw him get injured, the first thing, this news came out that he was going to miss the start of the year. The first thing I went out and did, as you see the points per game, 27 to be exact, was go look at his contract. And he has this season and next year. And I know people in New Orleans and Pelican fans, if they exist out there, are not going to want to hear this. He's not going to stick around New Orleans. There's just no way that he's looking at this organization who hire a coach, fired. I'll bring in Stan Van Gundy, go, now fired. And now you're bringing Willie Green. You know, interesting enough, the Pelicans hired Mike D'Antoni as an offensive advisor. With this new offensive advisor role, I actually like the fact that the Pelicans are going to embrace that. Yeah, we brought in Devontae Graham and Jonas Valanciunas. We can't guard anybody, but we're going to score a lot of points, and we're going to be fun to watch. But Zion not being on the floor, it's painful to hear, but I can't say I'm terribly surprised.
Okay, not surprised, but are you starting to get a little bit concerned that this is now becoming a trend? Zion missing games now for a third consecutive season in his third season in the league.
You know, easy for me to say, Chris, because I called a handful of Pelicans games last year, and I watched Zion Williamson by himself beat the Utah Jazz, which had the best record in the Western Conference. He literally just took the game over, just willed his team to victory. It was an amazing third quarter where he scored nearly 30 points. In the fourth quarter, he was totally gassed. And with all of these injuries, I just wonder, is he ever going to get in peak physical condition? I have a dad bod. I'm 39 years old. This is very easy for me to say as I'm sitting in a casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Guy needs to get in better shape. But you got to start to wonder a little bit, is his body going to stand the test of time? Because it's already not standing the test of time because year after year it's being injured. Maybe he needs to slim down. Maybe he needs to get his body fat down. It just seems like, and the fact that he wore out in that game against the Jazz, it kind of had me thinking to myself afterwards, like, man, if he could just put that third quarter with the first, second, and fourth quarter together, he would actually be the best player in the NBA. So he has the potential to be the best player in the NBA, but you can't make the club in the tub, and the guy's always injured.
First player in NBA history to average 27 points per game on 60% shooting during the season. But again, missing games season after season after season. And the news here today that Zion Williamson is going to miss the start of the season. They're going to reevaluate the injury to his ankle and his foot in a couple of weeks. So hopefully he's not out that long. But we're going to see at least a handful of games, maybe more, where he's not going to play. The Pelicans are a completely different team without him. When you look at the win total of 39.5, which side do you fall on now?
Yeah, but no, Zion, I mean, it's really hard to go over with the Pelicans because the West is really deep, and teams like the Warriors, which had struggled the last couple of years, are going to be better. So it's not like you're going to take their playoff spot. So I have concerns with no Zion. I do like the fact that they are embracing, with a new head coach and hired Mike D'Antoni, an identity. I think teams that have success, you could look at their team no matter what sport and you'd be like, oh, they do that well. They run the football well. They shoot the three well. Pelicans got a lot of guys put the ball in the basket. Brandon Ingram's one of the elite scorers in the NBA, and obviously Zion, when he's at his best, can give you almost 30 points a night. Jonas Valanciunas has proven to be a 15-and-15 type guy. He's had 20-20 games in the past, and Devontae Graham could certainly fill it up. But, man, they can't guard me and you, Chris. I mean, they can't guard a chair, this team. So let's bring in D'Antoni. Let's play really fast. Let's score a lot of points. Let's be exciting to watch. This is a team that I'm going to target totals early in the year, overs, because they're going to play with a ton of possessions in this game. I think their totals are going to be unusually high, and they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. But with no Zion, I would have a really hard time jumping on this train right now to go over, or at any point. When you make a bet, you want to make sure you get the best player for as many games as possible, and to me, that's just way too risky.
And plus 150 to make the postseason, something they haven't done with Zion Williamson. Tim Doyle joining us from the Caesars Sportsbook in Atlantic City at the Tropicana there. Thank you so much for your insight, Tim. Not buying the Pelicans right now. We'll see how things go when they get Zion back. This is how the opening slate looks on Tuesday. The Pelicans open up on Wednesday. Nets, slight favorites, giving one in Milwaukee against the defending champs. And the Lakers -5 at home against the Warriors. Again, Zion Williamson going to have his foot injury reevaluated in 2 weeks. Pelicans general manager David Griffin saying there is no timetable as of yet for Zion's return. More HQ on the other side. Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.